Ay, 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 Shabbos. Covered Shabbos, everybody. A good Erev Shabbos. As we turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. Your calendar might say Friday, but you know it's not Friday. Google might say it's Friday, but you know it's not Friday. Erev Shabbos. A good Erev Shabbos. Everyone, as that siren comes, Shabbos is coming. A big thank you to our generous Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos sponsors for the year, Mendy and Tzipora Fishman, our dear friends as Chus for Chayriv Kabat Tzipora Fredel, in memory of Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, Rav Yaakov Ben David Aryeh. Today's Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos sponsored by Nadine and Jonah Rosenblatt. Soros Tovos, good health for Judy Cutler, Yehudis, Esther, Bas, Razel. All should be well, healthy, and good. We are continuing in Ravitcha Meyer Morgenstern, Bayam Derachecha on Shabbos. Can't wait for the complete volume to come out. There's a little introductory version of it, a little pamphlet. And we've been talking about the light, coming out of the darkness into the light. Very often the weekday is dark. It's filled with to-do and tasks. It's filled with disappointment. It's filled with challenges. It's filled with difficulty. And we come into the light of Shabbos. Shabbos illuminates, Shabbos enlightens. Shabbos gives us that optimism, that hope, that positivity, that light, that breath of fresh air. Shabbos gives us that energy. We liberate ourselves from that pressure. We liberate ourselves from the negativity. We liberate ourselves from feeling down in the dumps. We experience the joy, the happiness. We enjoy the beauty of Shabbos. What happens when you don't? What happens when you still feel it's dark and down? That's what he's been talking about. Hargashas mesikas hadvekas v'amuna. Feeling the sweetness of clinging to Hashem, the sweetness of faith in Hashem. It's not just that we're asked, submit, surrender, and then panic, submit and surrender to God and then be anxious, submit and surrender and then worry, how's it all going to work out? Submission and surrender should come with a sweetness. It should be delicious, nothing to worry about. Who cares what people say about me or where they say? Who cares who's coming after me or attacking me? Who cares what I'm worried about? Who cares what's happening around me? Who cares how much I have to do? I have Hashem on my side. Boa paro. Hashem doesn't say go. He says, no, come. He's by my side. He's with me. He's hand in hand. There's a sweetness. If I can let go and cling to him, attach myself to him, if I'm able to recognize that he's with me wherever and whenever I go, that everything that happens, nothing is random or chance, it's all for a reason, then there's a masikas, there's a sweetness. It's delicious. Whatever comes my way is for a reason. There's nothing that's a waste of time because it's how Hashem orchestrated things. It's how I'm meant to be spending my time. So now I have to find the sweetness. Where's the deliciousness in that dvekas? When a Jew feels the pleasantness and the beauty and the joy of Hashem, bargashos meiros, feelings of enlightenment, zeh birchas nefla, that's a bracha that is wondrous. It's a bracha that's wondrous. We learned this morning in our Erev Shabbos Kolo, a piece by the Slonim Rebbe, the Nesiva Shalom, about how the light always comes after the darkness. When Hashem created the world, vayi erev vayi boker, first it's night and then it's day. First we were in slavery and then we went free, birchush gadol, with great wealth. Only when you come out of the darkness do you really perceive and sense the intensity of the light. If you live in light all the time, the light doesn't do anything for you. You don't even feel, you don't even sense the light. It's only when you live in darkness and you come forth, now that light is bright. That light illuminates, that light lifts you. Now that light does something even more. So the way Hashem, the way God created the world, the day follows the night in Judaism, not the opposite way around. When we're born, first we go through a period of darkness and then burst forth into the light. When we were born as a people and nation, first we experienced the darkness of servitude, of exile, and only then redemption. And the same is true for us as individuals. We experience a darkness, a depression. We go through periods of challenge. But if we recognize that in those moments, they're pregnant with possibility, that in that darkness, when we come out into the light, it'll be so bright. It'll be especially bright. We can break through. Kashudi margish, when we feel it, it's a tremendous bracha. We have to be very careful that our serving Hashem cannot depend, it cannot be dependent on that feeling of joy and happiness. We have to serve Hashem whether we're into it or not. We have to love and be loyal to our spouse, whether we feel the romance in that moment or not. You can't only be good to your spouse, kind to your spouse, and loyal to your spouse when you're in love with your spouse. Even in a moment of tension or fight, please God, they're few and far between. A person has to remain loyal. A person has to try to act with love, even if they're struggling to feel the love. And the same is true in our relationship with Hashem. It's not just when everything is amazing and spiritual and uplifting and beautiful. It's not just in those moments that mitzvos, we lift us and they excite us, and that's when we're really into it. And otherwise, well, it's not doing anything for me right now. I'm disconnected from tefillin or davening or brachos or Shabbos. It doesn't do anything for me right now. Our loyalty and our love don't depend on it do anything for us. Just like with our children, our spouse, our job, and other areas of life that are important, where we have responsibility, where we made commitments, where we have to have loyalty. Our relationship with Hashem is no different than those. So Shabbos is filled with joy and excitement and energy, electricity. Shabbos is filled with light and romance. Shabbos is filled with possibility of getting to know and come close to Hashem, to those around us, and to ourselves. But we're not only into Shabbos, we don't only do Shabbos right. When we're into Shabbos, we're obligated to obey, observe, be into Shabbos, even when it's not doing anything for us. Feelings change. Feelings wax and wane. Feelings are like a roller coaster that go up and down. Sometimes it's riding high and sometimes it's crashing and burning. It's like the waves that we have to ride. So even when we're not feeling it, you're not near the elements, we're not near the external criteria, we're not near the stimuli that create a sense of spirituality. Our sense of connection to Hashem can't depend or rely on that. It depends and it relies on us. It depends and relies on our taking a moment to think about who He is and where we are, to invite Him and involve Him in our life, to talk to Him. And behind the bima this week, we had the great Nissim Black, the former gang member, criminal, rapper, hip-hop artist, who today is a Breslov Jew, a holy soul, who's putting out the most beautiful Jewish poetry, rap, and song. Nissim Black spoke about his podudus, talked about going into the forest and talking to Hashem, talked about what it means to be in conversation with Him, to talk to Him and to hear Him talking to us. He talked about what it means to be in that conversation. Go find that interview. It's well worth the listen. Person has to be in constant conversation with Hashem. It can't just be that when we hear the kumzitz or the tisha, the fabrengen, when we're around the chever that lift us, when we have the charcuterie boards and the l'chaim, it can't just be that when everything around us is perfectly right, oh, that's when I'm into Shabbos, that's when I'm into davening, that's what I'm into. No, it has to be, I have to be able to connect and to feel, I have to be able to manufacture and generate within myself. So now we understand that part of turning Friday into Erev Shabbos is to go searching for Hashem. Before I go into that Shabbos, person's schedule is to get a couple nights away with their spouse. You don't go away in a fight. In the days or the hours leading up to getting away, you want to make sure that you're getting along, resolve whatever challenges, relieve whatever tension, go away in the best of terms so you have the most amazing time together. Part of turning Friday into Erev Shabbos is working out whatever we have to with Hashem so that we go into Shabbos reconciled, we go into Shabbos having worked out whatever tension may exist, apologize, or in some cases, lahavdil, forgiving, but being able to walk in with a sense and a feeling I'm in a relationship. I love Him and He loves me and I feel His presence. I put it aside and now I'm able to experience the beauty, the deliciousness, the greatness of Shabbos. Please God, we'll continue with this. Wishing everyone a happy, a healthy, a holy, a delicious, and a sweet Shabbos. Ay, 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 Shabbos. Ay, 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 Shabbos. Ay, ay, Shabbos. A little spodidus. Have a little conversation with Hashem on your way into Shabbos. Talk to Him. Tell Him what's on your mind, in your heart, what you need to work out, what you want to share. And when you do, you'll walk into Shabbos. You'll have a delicious, delicious Shabbos. Oh, the covered Shabbos. Have a great Shabbos, everybody.